The Ogryn, they're big, they come with guns, they come with swords, they're bad, and honestly, they feel damn good to play. Let's have a look at what we were able to find out from the recent beta on this badass of a career, and see if it's the right career for you when Darktide releases. This is everything we know so far about the Ogryn. We'll be looking at three main areas: the weapons and abilities, the passives and talents, and lastly, the career role and general feel. Big, bulky, and badass, three things the Ogryn Skullbreaker definitely feels in Darktide. Pound your foes to dust, charge through and knock them down with high toughness and stamina. The Ogryn will make you feel like a giant among mortals, possibly because you're head and shoulders taller than everyone else. The Ogryn gets access to a variety of melee and ranged weapons, including the grenade gauntlets, clubs, cleavers, kickback, and ripper guns. This is all from what we could see in the beta, but we've also seen bleaks of shields that the Ogryn will be able to use. However, these weren't actually available to us during the beta itself. The Ogryn's weapons felt as heavy and intimidating as they look, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Swinging a club sent mobs flying, cutting with cleavers to chop and dismember, and you really saw them. It felt like good heavy melee combat, which isn't a surprise that it felt so good. It felt straight out of Vermintide, the formula that they know and do so well. The cleave seemed the greatest out of all the careers, able to really create space without any need for any extra abilities, which of course the Ogryn still has access to. When it came to range capability, the Ogryn is still able to excel with the kickback and the ripper gun. The kickback, which fires a 40mm cannon to delete whatever happens to be on the receiving end of the weapon. The power felt great. Whilst only being single shot, it didn't feel like I was completely overpowered using it, but I definitely still felt powerful with this gun. The other range option we can see that the Ogryn has access to is the ripper gun. If you like to mow down your hordes like you mow your lawn, the gun is where you want to be. There is nothing more satisfying than setting up and unloading this weapon on a wave of angry poxwalkers, which are humans and not demons. Thank you for everyone who reminded and corrected me of this in one of my previous videos. For an active ability, the Ogryn has access to Bull Rush, and just like a bull, you rush forward, knocking foes down in the process. It felt very similar to the Zealots Chastise the Wicked, getting you in the thick of the fight to soak up the damage and take the role of the tank for your party. With the Ogryn's higher health and toughness, I found myself using Bull Rush a lot to quickly move to where my team needed me, knock foes down, or rush an elite enemy, just removing it before it could cause any damage to the team. Overall, a great ability, if not similar to what we've seen already from some other careers. Grenade Box is the final ability available to the Ogryn. It's a grenade box, and you throw it with the strength of the Ogryn. You launch this entire box of grenades at your enemy, doing a high amount of damage. A good single target ability which can be augmented through talents to allow them to explode a little bit. On their own, I found I use this ability sparingly, having too much fun cutting down my enemies with the various range and melee weapons available. The damage seemed decent, but nothing really to write home about. When mixed with other talents, it could be interesting to see what this ability is capable of. As with all of the careers, the Ogryn has access to a set of passive skills, an aura, and talents, which in the case of the talents are unlocked as you level up your friendly giant, I mean ogre. For passives, the Ogryn has access to Excessive Force, Loyal Protector, and Thick Skin. Excessive Force provides a flat plus 25% melee stagger to enemies, meaning when you push, you really push your enemies back, for of course none can stand those mighty arms. Loyal Protector stops you from being interrupted when reviving or assisting allies when you receive damage, really reinforcing a brutish tank style of gameplay of being able to just take all the beatings and still rise above it, dragging your friends up with you. Thick Skin finally provides a plus 20% damage reduction to both health and toughness. All the passive elements are really cementing the Ogryn as a tank class, proving the superiority of the Ogryn. For an aura, the Ogryn has access to Intimidating Presence, which provides all allies in coherency a plus 10% bonus to heavy melee damage, a small but appreciated boost in some melee combat. Being only on heavy swings, personally I tend to use light swings over the heavy counterpart, so compared to some of the other auras available to other careers, I wouldn't rank this one nearly as high. Our BFG can't be top of everything though, right? Talents provide the Ogryn with even more sustain through taking reduced damage as in Hard as Nails, faster replenishment of toughness through Linchpin and Smash 'em Good, whilst boosting damage in various ways, with an interesting talent called Bombs Away, which when throwing the grenade box at an enemy with a carapace, the box opens, unleashing the grenades and damaging nearby enemies. See how I said that you could buff up that ability, which to me sounds like a great take to improve the grenade skill that sometimes it just felt slightly lacking. The talents appear to provide a little bit of everything while focusing and really double downing on the Ogryn to the front line of the group to protect and really to lead the small ones. As I've mentioned throughout, the Ogryn is your tank for Darktide, and it really felt like it. A higher health pool, a higher toughness, with passives and talents to further support this role, high stamina for blocking and pushing back. You'll feel at home at the front, soaking the damage, but also dealing it out and causing a ton of stagger, a ton of mob clearance, and just being a general badass. Playing the Ogryn felt like playing the main character of the game. It's the career I had the most fun with, but I actually had the lowest expectations for. The one I had the best success with and felt the most cohesive with all of its abilities overall. If you're looking for an absolute unit to lead your team to success, the Ogryn will make you feel at home. They had the power and the size to back it up. Oh, and did I mention they also have really big guns? The big guns really help, and they really felt amazing. Darktide beta definitely turned me onto Team Ogryn. Are you Team Ogryn? Is this career the one that you're looking forward to the most, or are you not Team Ogryn? I want to know. Let me know in the comments which career you are looking forward to the most. And did I finally pronounce Ogryn right? But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like or subscribing, and I'll see you soon.